this is big time, man. This was cool. When we came in here today for shoot around, just, you know, it gave me something to do during shoot around. I could walk around and read everything. And, you know, the leading up to a game is probably the hardest thing for a coach. But no, this is, Pleastrure's a big time place. I've only seen it on TV and watching games here. And it's obviously it's the way it looks. It's like, it's got you in. It's like one of those old school field houses. But no, it's, I'm glad we did it and we're able to play here, and I'm glad we played well also.
Matt, how important was the start of the second half? You're down 6, you go on a 12-0 run and hold them to 0-8 to start the half.
Yeah, it was, you know, it was huge, but like, I didn't feel bad about where we were just because, you know, Lundy banks one in, Pickett hits 2 step-back threes, which gets fouled on 1 for 7. He makes 2 scoop shots. And, you know, and so like their degree of difficulty in some of the shots that they made, I just felt like if we could keep guarding them and we could play a little bit better on offense. I thought we had some good looks at the basket. I thought we had some good looks from the perimeter. If we could keep generating that, you know, I thought we could put ourselves in a position to win. But just had a great second half. Obviously, Fletcher had a big time second half after not getting many cracks at it in the first half.
Talk about just the little things that those guys, Smith and Moyer, do by tipping balls to keep balls alive and doing things well beyond their years.
Yeah, well, you know, we obviously got to a few things with Braden Smith and ball screens. And so Zach's so big that, you know, if you can get to the basket and you can make a play, I thought Braden's ability to make his, you know, his pull-ups in the first half kind of really helped things because he was driving, trying to get a layup, he was making his pull-up, and then he was also getting that pass. So we weren't just getting one thing out of our ball screen action with Braden, we were getting a lot of things. So we just tried to stay with it, and I thought he made great decisions. And then Fletch, you know, back-to-back games has really played well in the second half. He played poorly at Ohio State. I don't think he played poorly in the first half here. He just didn't get a lot of opportunities. And he really stepped up. He made a tough shot to start the half, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
Zach had 30 points, obviously only 2 free throws. How did his team do getting him the ball today?
Well, I thought they did great. You know, I really stressed to our guys about being fundamentally sound in post feeds. You know, it comes off kind of corny, but against Ohio State in the first half, we just rushed things and we were careless with our passes. And, you know, anytime you're skilled as a shooter, you should be able to make pretty simple post feeds. But it's a little bit of a lost art because people don't play through the post as much as they do ball screen motion. But I thought our guys did a really good job of just being aware sometimes. When people pressure you, sometimes you lose sight of what's behind your man. And you just got to kind of survey the land and still be able to see things. And I thought our guys did a good job with their voices. You know, when they're open in the post, when they're behind things in ball screen D. Because a lot of times people will overdo Zach's dives. And then with that, you get those passes out or the passes behind.
Matt, 3 Big Ten games this week, and by and large, you played pretty well defensively in all 3 of them for the most part. Is this starting to become, you know, what you expected defensively from this team?
Yeah, just, you know, trying to be on the same page and not have breakdowns, you know, more than anything. Is like no surprises. When guys, if you're supposed to get under something, get under something. If you're supposed to be 3/4 in the post, be 3/4 in the post. And anytime you know, it's not as much as what, you know, you're asking them to do. You're not going to ask them to do things that you don't think are going to help your team, but that's how you break. And that's how you fragment as a team when guys just kind of do their own stuff. Our guys have done a really good job with their discipline of just doing their job.
What's the main thing you take away from this game going into your next one?
Just we showed some resiliency, you know, being in a hostile environment. You can say it's a neutral court. I don't think that's a neutral court. You know, you got 95% easily Penn State fans. The one thing about being on the road is it gets hard, right? You know, it gets loud. But learn to play well and give yourself more of a chance. When you play well, you help your cause and you take them out of it. Not totally, but they're going to cheer for good things. So just, you know, continue to do good things. Continue to understand when it gets loud, you need to dribble less and pass more. And that's always my emphasis on offense, is just don't let the ball stick. Don't let them build into that. You know, keep moving the defense. You know, keep staying together on the defensive end.
Do you see any future games here at the Plusher for Purdue?
Sure. Like there's no question we play here. We're always looking for like neutral sites, and now that we don't have some of the consistency in Indianapolis, we're trying to play in Indianapolis every year. We lost our ACC Big Ten Challenge, so you know, obviously the Big East with the Gavitt games. You know, we'll go to 16 teams next year. They just have 10. So even if it continues, and you know, 10 teams are going to play in our league and 6 aren't, so you're not every year going to play. So it leaves more opportunities to play. I think anytime you can go into kind of, you know, some hornet's nest and play people on neutral courts, that's what's going to happen in the NCAA tournament. You're not playing home games, you're not playing road games. So anytime you can give yourself that kind of experience, like the PK85 or Maui, or one games like this. I know this isn't exempt or a one game, it's actually a conference game, which is a little different, but it serves a purpose, right? When you play in the Plester, you play in Madison Square Garden, and you're on the Eastern Seaboard, it makes sense.
Micah is someone that you obviously know very well. How have you kind of seen this team come along in year 2 under Micah?
Oh, he's been fabulous. You know, he's done a great job. You know, he's got some good young guys. He's got some good fifth-year guys. He got good returners. You know, his best recruiting job was probably getting a couple of those guys to stay 2 years ago. So like now in year 2, you got people that understand what you're saying and what you're doing. Their skill level, I thought our defense did a good job tonight. They missed a couple when they were open, but I thought we did a good job of contesting. And that's what you have to do. You got to make it hard on them. And then when you stay with shooters, that gives so much space to pick it. You know, he's been the best guard in our league. You know, he's really good. But Mike is great. Mike is, you know, we definitely learned more from Micah than he learned from us. I'll tell you that. His experiences of being with Brad at Butler and being with Brad with the Celtics really helped our program. Really helped our program. Offensively, defensively, collectively, culture, you name it. And so obviously he's, you know, did 2 stints at Purdue, you know, and so we're not gonna bring somebody back who's not great, right? And but no, he's great. You know, if I was taking over as an AD somewhere, that'd be my one phone call.
Were you thinking last year, coming out of last year, that you'd get 30 minutes a night out of Zach, or is that to be the two?
No, his stamina's always been pretty good. But Travion Williams was such a good player that they split time. Everybody thought I was crazy about that, you know, about that in the way, you know, he was. But Zach can go. Zach can go. Zach's a horse, man. Like, and he's very kind of rigid in his ways, in his approach. Yeah, you know, he does his work. He has to do his work. You know, and like now when he gets into the game, a lot of his work's through passing. You know, he's really learned to be patient, and he's been able to take on pretty good doubles and make good passes. I know he had 3 turnovers tonight, but I thought a couple of them were, you know, one of those things that could go either way. You know, he's great. He's a hard-working guy. He doesn't have anything to him. Like a lot of kids, like, are great when they're 13, 14 years old. By the time they're 20, they got so much to them, and you feel bad for them. And so the pressure that comes, like, hey, you're ranked 17th when you're 14 years old, and you're a 5-star, and you're this and that. He didn't have any of that. He just comes and gets better and works, and it's good that he's 7'4", 290 too.
Yeah, Ethan and Brandon both, I thought were interesting. Neither of them scored. Newman did a good job defensively. Ethan always seemed. Talk about their play.
Well, we thought it was too easy for Pickett. And we didn't even talk about it at halftime, but then you know, it went to a dead ball, and we're like, you know, just go pick him up. Just go, like, try to wear him down. Like, and then they had other people bring it up. So I don't know if it did anything or not, but, you know, Ethan works really hard and sacrifices a lot for our team. And, you know, Brandon came in and subbed in for him and really worked hard and got after him. And, you know, that's what you need. You need guys. We got to something today. It limited David's minutes because Braden was doing so well in the pick and roll. And we wanted to keep that, you know, that pressure on him because we know we just couldn't throw the ball to Zach every single time through the post. You had to give him some lobs and do some different things. But, you know, I thought we had pretty good defense the whole night, but it was definitely started by Ethan. And think about how good Pickett is. We're sitting there talking about these 2 guys and how great a job they did defensively, and he had 26 points. You know, I think that shows you how good Pickett is as a player. He's got a bright future.
Thank you.